Welcome back to Mixing the Wood Brothers in Universal Audio's Luna. Today we're going to do some touching up and do some automation. So let's get started here. In the last video we had made this drum delay here, and I'm going to work on that a little bit first. Okay, that drum delay is doing what I want it to do, but let's listen to what's being fed to it, and we're going to change a few things here. To me, that's not enough room to do exactly what I want to do. So I'm going to mute this overhead right fast. Okay, and I'm going to put these in pre-fader. Okay, I'm putting a little bit of the overheads in because I want some of the cymbals. Okay, now I'm going to put the Ocean Way Studios reverb on here. I'm going to put it in reverb mode. I'm going to leave it right here because this is the drum preset. We'll see if we like it. So I'm now going to feed those 4 tracks that I had before into that same thing, but we're gonna use this as a kind of a fake room, and I'm gonna turn this off. Okay.
listening to the smoke alarm. Where you
Okay, that's about where I want that to be. So I will need to make a little mental note that I'm going to pull that down in the middle of the song when they do a little breakdown thing.
well, standing on the back of that train with your open.
Okay, let's start doing some riding of the fader here.
Well, standing on the back of that train with your open arm, and looking at the big sky, listening to the smoke alarm. Well, you wonder what happened. Your heart must have jumped the track. There's a spoonful of honey where your heart should be, and there's a honey dripping off of your spoon. Ooh. You put your lips out in the wind and you hope you get some kissing back.
Yeah, like ready to telephone to building.
I think that's going to work for the main vocal part. Okay, just take a listen to the harmony part here.
Your spoon. Ooh. Ooh. Your spoon.
Okay, I had a little blip in the recording software there, so let me walk you through a few things I just did. We did some automation on the drums here. I did some automation on a bass part with the breakdown. Pulled that down on the main sub. We've got some electric guitar automation here during the solo section. All the main vocal automation. And some automation on the harmony vocals, and that's it. And I think that's where we need to be for the next part. So the next part here, I'm going to set up a little bus over here before the mix bus, and we're going to create a parallel to send every channel through, and you'll see what I mean here in a second. So let me do that right fast. Let me set up a bus. It's going to be a stereo bus, and we're going to call it the parallel mix. Okay, so on this parallel mix, I'm going to make it the same color as the mix bus, because they're basically doing the same thing. And I'm going to put the Chandler Zener limiter on there. And I actually have a preset that I use. I saved it here as the parallel mix start here. Okay, so I use this as the limiter. I'm using the sidechain to keep the super low end out of the detector circuit. And before I start using this, I'm going to send some of these main channels, really the subs, to that channel as well. So I'm going to use a send here. I'm going to send that to the parallel mix at unity gain. I'm also going to send the room, because if you remember, the room is going to the mix bus, but not the drum sub. So I'm going to include that into the parallel mix. I'm going to send that at unity as well. Let's go over to the bass sub. We're going to do the same thing. Parallel mix, unity gain, guitar, and vocals. Okay, now I'm going to pull this parallel mix fader all the way down because I don't want to use it quite yet. I'm going to come up here to the plugin, and I want to see the gain reduction around I usually want it bouncing around the 8 dB mark here. Let's see where we are with at the beginning. Okay, that seems great at the beginning, and now I want to make sure that this sub is going to the mix bus and not the main, because the only thing feeding the main is actually the mix bus itself. So let's pull up this fader, and you'll hear an increase in level here, and we're going to watch this as well as the Neve 33609 here in a minute. That's on the main or the mix bus.
Train with your open arm, and looking at the big sky, listening to the smoke alarm. Well, you wonder what happened. Your heart.
That's really exactly what I want it to do. It's giving some hefty bottom end to the sound here. Let me head over to a louder section, probably right here. See what the Chandler's doing. Good. Now let's check the Neve, and we'll probably need to adjust some of this gain here. Actually, no, that's perfectly fine. Let me check the beginning again.
Train with your open arm.
Okay, great. I think this is ready to print. Head back over here and start at the beginning, and we'll kind of listen to the whole thing here while it mixes down. I appreciate everyone listening and following along. I super appreciate all the likes and the comments and the questions that you guys have sent. Please hit the subscribe button, hit that little bell. It'll let you know when new things are coming up. And we got new things coming up real soon. I hope everybody's taking care of themselves, and we'll see you soon.
Train with your open arm, and looking at the big sky, listening to the smoke alarm. Well, you wonder what happened. Your heart must have jumped the track. You put your lips out in the wind, and you hope you get some kissing back. Every night you get the same old dream. There's a spoonful of honey where your heart should be, and there's a honey dripping off of your spoon. Ooh, honey dripping off of your spoon. Honey dripping off of your spoon. Ooh, honey dripping off of your spoon. Big hard candy green eyes. I bet you wish you had your red-headed woman back sometime. Well, the last thing you got was a left-handed letter, and you open up to see you like you didn't even know better. Every night you get the same old dream. There's a spoonful of honey where your heart should be, and there's a honey dripping off of your spoon. Ooh, honey dripping off of your spoon. Honey dripping off of your spoon. Ooh, honey dripping off of your spoon. Don't you know your spoon's getting low? You worry and you wonder just where the honey goes. You're hoping you play real hard. If you will it, You can wish it. Heaven is a honey You wonder what happened? Your heart must have jumped the track. You put your lips out in the wind and you hope you get some kissing back.
Yeah, like ready to sell a funky building.
Every night you get the same old dream. There's a spoonful of honey where your heart should